Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of T-shirt design tutorial. So today I am going to make a T-shirt design using my this vector that I draw in my previous video. So I wanted to make a full tutorial. So this is the vector I will be using, and I'm going to just group it and then copy. This is the design I will be making. So this is a design from Shutterstock, as you can see. I'm just going to recreate this design with my vector, and I don't really like this design because there is a little mistake here. As you can see, always be yourself unless you can be a welder. So this part is good. The welder is the niche, so anyone is going to buy this, it needs to be a welder, so you can keep it big. But here, as you can see, they are making the unless text big, which is basically a wrong idea because this is not any important text. You should always make the important text bigger. So I will be making this yourself text bigger, and everything else I will keep smaller, and then again I will make this welder text bigger. So this is just the basic idea, and this is the example design I will be using here. So let's just type that. So this is my text, this is how it is going to be. I don't okay. So here is the text. I'm going to just place it here, and then again I'm going to use my divide text frame just to break these lines, and this is going to be my text. Now I want to make it, I don't want to make it like this, I want to make it in a kind of more bold style design. So for doing that, I'm going to create it like I need a shield or something kind of shape. So I'm going to create that. First of all, I'll take the polygon tool here, and with polygon tool I am just making a polygon like this. Okay, so let me turn on the keystroke here. So this is the shape. I am going to press shift x, so shift x will make it in a stroke mode. As you can see, there is no fill, only a stroke. And when it is in this shield style, I am going to just press a for direct selection tool, and with direct selection tool I'm going to select this two, and then I'll make it a little bit round like this, just like this, and this much is fine for me. So this is kind of a shield shape I am going to use, and then I'm going to create an offset path for it. So this is the path, offset path. My shortcut is Ctrl Alt F. You can set your own shortcut, of course. So something like this, maybe a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to make this one smaller. So this is going to be 5 pixel, and main one is 10 point. So this is how my shape is looking. Let's group it. Now I have my welder like this. I'm going to place this in a position something like this area, maybe, I'm not sure. So I want to, if I try to align them in the center, as you can see, this is how it is going to look. Because of this hand part of the welder, I don't want that, so I want to make it visually center. So kind of in this position is going to look center for me. So I'm going to keep it in this way, and then I will just, you can see some parts are going outside of the shape. I'll fix that, and for doing that you need to be little bit careful here. So I'm going to select this one, this bigger stroke I have. I'm going to just select this one and copy, and then I'm going to select my welder. I'm going to press Ctrl F. So Ctrl F will place that copied shape on top of my welder. Then I'm going to press shift, then click on this welder. So I have now two shapes selected. You can see here the welder and the shield shape, it is showing here. So once it is selected like this, I'm going to right click and make clipping mask. So it is going to make a clipping mask for me. As you can see, this is how it is looking, but this is okay, it is fine. But I wanted to keep the helmet part on top of my this shape. Also in this area, this is not looking very good, so let's try to fix it. I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to double click here. So double clicking will allow me to select my welder here. I am now inside the clipping mask shape. So whenever we create a clipping mask, it becomes a blank stroke. So I am going to just show you real quick here. Let's say this is, I have two shapes here. Let's make one smaller. So this is how my two shapes are. So one is on top, another one is in the bottom. So if I select these two, and you can see my front shape is red, but if I right click and make clipping mask, it is going to become blank, and then only the shape which was in the bottom we can see that. So it doesn't mean that red shape is gone, it is here. You can see if you double click you will be able to select this one. So this is the main red shape, but it is becoming blank, and that means no stroke color, no fill color. But if you wish, we can give it a color, we can give it any color we want. So this is how clipping mask work. That means there is a blank stroke, or whichever shape we are using that becomes blank, that doesn't mean it is vanishing or it is removing from its place. So in this case, in our welder graphic, we have this clipping mask here. This is the empty line, if you can see, and you can see there is no fill color, no stroke color. But if you want, we can give it a color like this. Let's give it red color so that we can see for now. So this is how it is looking, and I'm going to select this red one, go to object, then lock selection. So that red shape is locked right now. You can see I cannot select it. That means it will not become, it will not be selected. So once it is locked, I want to fill this area here, and for doing that I am going to select my direct selection tool again, and then I will just select this part of my graphic, and then if I bring that down like this, it is going to fill my that area. It is going to make a little bit distortion here, but don't worry about that, you can simply fill it like this. So once you are done, I'm going to unlock this one. So again, go to object and then unlock all. So that will unlock our this clipping mask line on, the stroke one, clipping mask stroke, and we can now make it blank again because we don't want any color for that. So this is how it is looking. I am still inside the isolation mode, and I am going to select my this welder and then copy, Ctrl C to copy. Now once I have copied, I will just double click to close the isolation mode. Now here I have that shape copied. I am going to just press Ctrl F. So Ctrl F will paste my welder on top of everything, and as you can see, this is what we created there. This is how it becomes. Anyway, we don't want this much, all of this, we just want to keep this part of the helmet. So I'm going to press shift E for eraser. I'm pressing alt and going to draw a shape like this, and as you can see, this is going to erase the part of it. So this is the only part I have right now, and the rest of it is erased. They are inside the clipping mask. So in this way it is looking like this man is coming out from the shield shape here. So this is how it is going to look. This is the basic. Now I am going to just select everything from here and then make it a group, so it will become on object, it will not move from its place. So this is how it is looking. Now this part is looking good. This is the main graphic part of my this design. I will add some text here. So before adding the text, we need to understand that welder is a bold niche. This is a rough profession. The people who do welding, this is very dangerous, and you need to be careful about them. This works, and it is with fire and iron. So that means it is a bold niche. You need to choose a bolder looking font, not any kind of fancy looking or scripted looking girly font. You should take a bold and masculine font. So that is the main part of this design. So for doing that, I'm going to select this welder text. I'll just try to, okay, so let's try enamela. This is a good font, or we can use Anton is a Google font. It is a free font, you can use that. So as you can see, this is a bold looking font. Now if you see the example here, they are using some distressed look in the font. That is not necessary right now because we will create our own effect. But for now, I need to select a bolder looking font. So this is a bold looking font, it will work for us. And then for this part, as I was saying, I will just make this yourself text bigger. I will give it a focus because this is all about you. If you are not satisfied, then you will not buy it. So that is my theory here. So I will make this yourself text really big, and once it is going to be bigger, I'll just add the rest of the text. So first start with this one. I'm going to create outline. Now here I'm going to, so if I select this one, there is a problem with a stroke. If I try to select it, you will see that the line is showing just from the center of our stroke. So that means if I try to align anything with my this strokes, it will align with the center, not with the very end part of it. So for fixing that, we need to fix it, we need to expand it. So I'm going to select this outer stroke only, and then I'm going to expand it. Okay, I'm using shortcut, but you just need to go to object and expand, and that will become fill. And you can see now it is selecting from the very end of it. So that is fine, that is what we wanted. So this is broken, I'm going to just place it here. I will just place it here, and this is my text. This part is looking good, that is not a problem. I can simply create an effect here, which will be, I am going to create a rectangle here. So just like this, I want to use this curve of this shield shape here. So let me show you. So this is how it is going to be. And now for this area, I will just create a extra anchor point here. And for doing that, just press plus sign on your keyboard, or you can go to this pen tool and then add anchor point. So I don't want that. I want to keep the center point selected, then press plus sign on your keyboard and then click on this area here. So that will create an extra anchor point for us, as you can see. Now I will select it with my direct selection tool. Just click on that, it will be selected. Then I'm pressing shift and then up key on my keyboard, and it is going to create a shape like this. This is completely fine for me. I am happy with this, and this is my text. Okay, so this is in a stroke mode, I don't want it in a stroke. Pressing shift X, that will bring it in fill color. I just want to change the color. So here the rule is, whatever shape you are going to try, that must be on top. So I'm going to fill my text with this shape, so this is on top. And then whatever shape you are going to fill with, that means the text part, that needs to be in the bottom. So you can see my text is in the background, in the behind, and then the shape is in front. So in this position, I'm going to select this two, only this shape and the text in the background. Go to object, envelope distort, and then make with top object. So this is how it is going to look. As you can see, this is how it is filling the original shape we created, and then it is going to perfectly fit in here. So once you are satisfied with this shape, just expand it again. Okay, so before expanding, you can see if I try to change the color here, it is not working. So the reason it is not working, because this is an effect, and whenever we apply any effect, if you need any changes, you can do that. If you don't, then you have to expand it. Just go to expand, object, expand, and expand it. And once it is expanded, now you can place any color you want. So let's keep it black for now, or maybe red for now. So this is how it is looking. I'm going to just send it in the background. I'm using Control Shift and then starting of the third bracket, that will send it in the back. So you can see this is how it is looking. Maybe we can just modify a little bit, and for doing that, I am going to just select this S text here, this S letter. I'll just make it a little bit squeeze like this, and then I'm going to select this one. So maybe I'll just select this part of it just like this. Then maybe I will make it select this one also, and then for this R here, I'm going to bring that down, because I want that to look something like this, or maybe this one in this area. So that is fine. Okay, so this is how it is going to look, and I think that is fine. Especially this R, this is looking a bit weird, so let's try to fix it. So something like this. I don't know if this is good or bad. Okay, so this much is fine. We can just read your self text, and that is completely fine, good. So always be a welder. I'm going to place this text here. This is not important, so I am just going to keep it in a smaller size. And then always be a welder, I'm going to keep it in this font. But this welder text, of course, again I'm going to make it same size big as the yourself text, because this is another important part of my this design. And then always be a welder. This is just a simple text. I'm going to keep it smaller like this. And here is one more line I have to add. So maybe this one like this, that is good. So this is how it is looking, and sometimes it happens, you can see the design is being longer. That means a design is not, the print area is not longer like this, it is more like this. So it is kind of wider and longer in the similar style, not too long. So for fixing that, that is, this design is being long because of the center graphic here. So whenever your design is being long, you just need to smaller the center graphic. And when we create the, when we make the graphic smaller, it becomes, it gives us a little bit more space like this. And as you can see here, this is now being a smaller design, like kind of a boxy design like this, not too long. So that is good. Now unless you can be a, this is another part of the design or text. I'm going to break it again. I'm going to bring this in top, and here I'm going to, okay, so let's try to create an effect here instead of just placing that text. So something like this, a line, then I'll make it 10 point stroke. I'm going to select these two, align them in the center, then distribute the space between them. That is fine. Now this one I'm going to just select this two. I will change the stroke style to this one. That is good. Now I'm going to create a group with them, and the group is fine. So I'll just place it here, and then I'm going to select my this graphic part. I'm going to click on that again. That will become the key object. I'm going to align it. So I can simply select everything from here, then click on any part of it. Like if I click on this one, that will become the key object. If I try to align it, then everything else will be aligned with this selected part, and that is really good. That is really cool. So I'm going to create this one here. Okay, so I'm going to just bring this a little bit close to the welder. That is fine. And then this one, that much area is good. This is not really important part of the graphic, this area, so I am going to hide that. I'm going to create an effect there. So selecting this one, this whole graphic, and then I'm going to open transparency, click on clip, then make sure the fill color is black. I'm going to take a rectangle here, and then I'm going to create a rectangle like this. And whatever inside the rectangle area, as you can see, that is being hidden. So that is hiding for the rectangle, and you can see my text is now clearly readable. So nothing to worry about here. That is good. And here I'm going to just selecting this welder text. I can simply add a effect on that. Maybe just like so, wrap and then arc upper, but not in that direction. I will go in the negative direction, the minus direction, something like this. So it will give me, it will allow me to bring the text a little bit more close to the graphic. And for doing, and for by doing that, you can see I can now make it really bigger, this one, and that will be, that will eventually make my design not too long. So you can see it will make kind of like a balanced design. So that is good. Now for this one, I will just select this one, this outer stroke that we expanded, and then I will create an offset path for it, just like this. Maybe that is a bit bigger. So this much looks good to me. Let's cut it, and then selecting the welder text, I need to expand it. As you can see, if I select it, it is showing me a blue lines there. That means that is the original shape of the text, and then this is the effect that created like this. So once I'm satisfied with that, I need to expand it, and that will become normal shapes. Now selecting this welder text, open transparency, press Ctrl F here. So Ctrl F will hide this part. You can see it is looking like there is a little overlapping, and that is being cut out, which is really good. So let's click on the surface layer. That is fine. Now for this one here, I'm going to selecting this one. I need to select this yourself text. Okay, so there is a little mistake I made here, which is this line should remain. So I'm going to just bring it a little bit down, just like this. So that will give me this look here. So I'm going to select this yourself text, open transparency, and I have that shape copied. So press Ctrl F. You can see Ctrl F will give me this option. You can see here. So that is fine. That is giving me this cutout look. And then I will need to select this part of the helmet. I will create that exact same amount of offset path. This time I can make it. Okay, so let me show you. If I, there are some hard corners here. If I try to create an offset path, that will become like this, but if I make it round, that will become smooth. So just click OK, cut it, and once you are done, select this yourself text inside the transparency, press Ctrl F. So this is how it is looking right now, and this is fine. Just we need to make sure that everything we placed here is completely black. You can see if I select everything here, I'm pressing Ctrl A to select all. That is showing me some strokes. That means there can be some strokes, some fill color. So let's try to expand it. Let's expand, and once it is expanded, you can see there is no more stroke, only fill color, and then make the fill color black. So in this part of the graphic, we don't need this much detailed graphic here. So whenever it is this much detail, that will make your file heavy. So I don't want that. So just select everything with Ctrl A, then click on Unite. So Unite will make it one single shape. That is really very easy to handle, and the file will not become very heavy. So this is how it is looking. Now that part is looking good. That part is done. I am going to select this one, create outline, then I am going to align it with that part. That is also good. And here I am just going to create some lines like this. I will change it to this one, then I will bring some copies of them, of that, maybe like this, then just align it, expand it, group it. Now press Alt and bring another copy in this direction, then press Ctrl R. Sorry, Ctrl R is shortcut for my reflect tool here. You need to set it manually, or you can just right click on it, then transform and reflect. That is going to work in a similar way. So this is how it is going to look. I'm going to select everything. I don't want any strokes to remain, so I'm going to expand everything, and I will keep expanding, and unless there is no more stroke. You can see only fill colors, and fill color is showing this question mark. That means there are many different colors, not any single color. So there are so many colors in here. That is why it is showing this question mark. So this is how it is looking, and it is good. Just for this area, this is looking a little bit empty, and we have, if I bring in the ruler, so this is going to be the top part of my design. Also this is going to be the bottom part of my design, just like this. Then this is going to be the right side, and then this is going to be the left side. So you can see in a final design, this is how it will look. That means it is going to be a box looking design, and then in this area we can put something here. If you want, we can keep this blank, of course there is no problem in that, but we can keep something, put something there. So this is a welding design. Let's just create a lightning bolt kind of thing to just fill this area. Just do it however way you can. Then I will make it, I will adjust it to fill the color, fill the area, just like this. And then I'm going to select this one. I will just align it in the center position, make it a group. Then I will select this yourself text. This is the center text, and then align it with that. So you can see this is how it is looking. So that is fine. I'm going to lock the guides here, so that I don't accidentally select them. So these are now locked. Now once you're done with making a design like this, you can add some effects. So I am going to do that, and for doing that I am going to just select this yourself text for to start, and now I'm going to press Ctrl C. So I have a copy of it, and then I will just make it, I will press Shift X. So Shift X will make it in a stroke. I will make the stroke a little bigger, maybe this much bigger. That is fine. And then I will click on this transparency panel, then press Ctrl A here to select everything, then delete. So you can see everything else we pasted here is deleted. And okay, so we don't need to delete it. Just sorry, I'm just pressing Ctrl Z. So here I have this shape in a stroke, then I have another shape I copied. So I'm going to press Ctrl B here. So Control B will place our original design here. So if I change the color, you can see this is how they are right now. So this is the fill color, this is the stroke color. If I try to select them, it will show up here. Now on this fill color one, I am just going to select this one. Inside the transparency, I am going to create a rectangle here, kind of this. Okay, so something like this, that is fine. Now I'm going to again press plus sign to add a plus, add anchor point. Then I'm just going to select this one. I will bring it up like this. So that means I just want to create that exactly similar looking shape that I just place on the yourself text. So this is how it is going to look right now. Don't worry about it. I'm going to apply this gradient on it. So this is the black and white gradient, and I need to make it go like this. So okay, so not like that. In this way, black will be in the, okay, sorry, I made a mistake. In this way, so top part will be black, and then bottom part will be white. Sorry, that is also another mistake. Sorry guys. So bottom part will be black and top part will be white. So kind of this is fine. And once it is looking like this, a shape like this, don't worry, this is the gradient shape here. I'm going to apply effect, which is go to effect, then pixelate, and then color halftone. So in this color halftone panel, I will add some like a 20 pixel radius for everything. Then click OK, press enter. So pressing enter will make this halftone effect for us, which is really good. And here I'll just adjust it with the gradient tool. We can still adjust it. So it is, this is how it is going to look. Maybe just a little bit like this. Just keep adjusting it unless it, there is no hard shape showing here. So this is how it is looking, and this is the shape with the gradient here. I'm just going to select this one, copy this, then click here, and then I'm going to apply that same effect on this one. I'm just going to press Ctrl V here to place it on top of my this welder text, but this time I will just make it like this, just in the opposite direction, and that is fine. So maybe just like this. And then again I am going to select this. Okay, let's cut it, Ctrl F to paste in front, so that you can see. Copy this shape, then press Shift X, then I am picking eyedropper to pick this color. And once I have that, select this and press Ctrl B. Ctrl B is for the black shape that we copied. I'm going to select this one, cut, selecting the black shape, go inside the transparency and press Ctrl F here. So it is going to give me that same effect here. So maybe just like this, and then I will just select this one. I will bring it up a little bit because this area is not that much sharp. So this is how the effect is looking, and that is good. So I'm going to select that one, then I'm going to rasterize here. So I'm inside the transparency, you have to understand. Inside the transparency, I'm making it rasterize. So rasterize will create this an image. So this is really important. Once it becomes an image, you can see there is image trace panel available. So let's click on this image trace option here. The rules of transparency is whatever is in black that hides, whatever in white that shows. So this is how it is looking right now. This is an image, this was an image, now it becomes vector. So this is how it is looking. I'm going to select this one. Okay, I don't need to select it, just this is how it is. Let's click here. Then in this shape here, I'm going to apply that same thing. This is the gradient here. Go to object, rasterize, click OK. So rasterize will make it an image, then image trace. If you do not image trace this and keep it as an image like this, it will, you cannot upload that to Shutterstock or Adobe Stock. They will say you have raster effects in your design, or you have used raster images in your design, which is not good. So you must expand it, image trace it, and then expand it. Now you have the editable vector file. Everything looks good. So now I will just change the colors of it. I'm using these colors here. Let's say I'm going to use a fire color, so this is the orange here. Then I will use this yellow color from here. Maybe I will use a white color also, just to give it a variation. So this is how it is looking. I'm going to select this one. So this yourself and welder, I'm going to select it. I'm going to make it same text, same color, both. And then this two I'm going to select. Then I'm going to pick this color maybe. Then maybe I will just make it look like this. Okay, so that is 7 point, but I think it will look good with white, just like this. So you can see this is how my effect is looking. And this one I'm just going to pick this color. This two I will make white like this. This is the welded text, maybe I will make it white. This one I'm going to pick this color, and then this two stroke here I'm going to pick white. This lightning bolts I'm going to make them this yellowish color. Okay, so sorry, that was a group. And then we are done. Just these two shapes remaining. I'm going to select this one. The inside one I am going to create this color, then the outside one I will be creating this color. So I don't know how this is going to look. We can always change that later. So this is how my design is. I am taking a rectangle here, then make it black. So black will make it look like this. So you can see this is how it is looking. So maybe there is some problem, and which is, you can see, if I select this one, inside that shape I will get this one. Let's copy this. But if I select this one, this inside shape, inside the transparency, this area is not working. So let's just press Ctrl F here. So Ctrl F will place that exact shape, and it is going to hide that part. If you are watching my tutorials, you will should know that that is how transparency works. So again I'm going to select this one. Inside that I will find everything, copy this. Then I'm going to select this one, and inside that I'm going to press Ctrl F again, and that is going to place everything that was here. So this is how my final design is looking right now. And okay, so there is one more thing. You can see this area is looking kind of empty, so let's fix that. And for fixing that, a small there is a quick fix. Take a circle, apply this gradient, but this time make it radial gradient, just like this. And then go to effect, pixelate, and then color halftone. We will keep the same setting. Click OK. This is how it is going to look, and that is fine. We can use that. Okay, so let's do it in the opposite direction. I'm going to just change the gradient here, something like this, and then I'm going to apply that effect. Yeah, this is the perfect way of making the halftone effect. Now once it is looking like this, let's rasterize it again. Once it is rasterized, let's trace it so that it becomes vector. And once it is done vectorizing, expand it. Now here you need to do one more thing. Click on this trim option, because this is outside of transparency, not inside. And once it is trimmed, you need to double click here. Take your magic wand tool, click on this one to select all the white, then delete. Now you have this shape. This is only black, but I want to make it this color. So maybe there is too much of that color, so let's make it white for now. I'm going to select this one, cut. Now I'm going to select my this group, the original clipping mask group I created for my this welder. And here I'm going to press Ctrl B. So Ctrl B will paste my halftone in the background. Now I can just adjust it like this wherever I want to place it, something like this, and that is fine. So you can see this is how you can create a cool looking t-shirt design using all your original graphics. So if you have watched my that previous video how I draw this one, that is a speed art, but you will get the idea how you can draw like this. And then here is some advanced tutorial or advanced tips for making a cool looking design like this. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope it was helpful. If you learned something new from this one, let me know in the comment section. If you want me to show anything specific, you can post in my Facebook group. Links in the description. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Have a great time.